I never thought I'd get this far. I honestly had very low expectations for where I was going to be, and I always just kind of walked through life. I never really lived, and now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I feel good. I feel really good. And I almost want to just go back in time and be like, hey, kid, don't worry, chin up. you got this, man, you got this. I know I'd be very proud of myself. From the North Country, born and raised. I bounced around schools quite a bit when I was younger, and I ended up landing in Plattsburgh High. I didn't really mesh well with school, at least I felt, and I decided to drop out and take a chance and pursue a job in the workforce. I shuffled jobs quite a bit, and then I ended up getting here at Schulter, and I think I found a home here. I'm going to be here for the foreseeable future. I'm a very defiant and strong-willed individual, and a lot of those traits kind of clash with what they were trying to teach me in school, and it gave me the courage to really just bet on myself and say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to drop out and pursue a job, and I feel like it's worked out very well for me so far. But I do still plan on getting my GED in the future. I joined Ready to Create in August of 2021. That was a very, very helpful program. I wouldn't be where I am today without being able to be a part of that, and being able to help people like that I think is great, and that's something I want to be able to do because they were able to lift me up and help me, and now that I'm in a position that I can do that, I want to do the same for others who are in the same position I was in. I'd love to be able to mentor somebody, give them the tools that I felt like I didn't have and that I was given, and the opportunities that I have been presented with. I'd love to be able to assist somebody and show them the way, I guess.
Austin came to Ready to Create being a very creative person. He's very interesting in that perhaps formal education was not his path. He found us, and we were so happy he did, because at 17 he was a true leader. You know, so often adults will say, oh, kids today, they don't want to work. Kids today, they don't have a work ethic. Austin absolutely is opposite of that. Austin came ready to learn, ready to participate, and his quiet, gentle, resilient self was such an asset to the entire group. And he brought his compassion, his resiliency, his grit to every project, and a man of action. You know, it wasn't like, oh, here's a problem, so where are the grown-ups? Like, he was the grown-up, but with a youthful spirit. Despite adversity that he faced as a younger person, and was so eager to build a life on his own terms. And I think that's what a groundbreaker is. He's smart, he's resilient, he's gritty, and you would never know upon meeting him that he ever had any adversity in his life, because he leads with kindness and compassion and is whip smart. Just a wonderful community member and teammate. Truly resilient, truly gritty, truly a groundbreaker.
There's a lot of growing I can do here at Schulter. I don't feel like I'm restricted in anything. I've learned a lot of different skills and a lot of different traits, like just being here in the short period of time I have been. This time next year, I'll have even more tools underneath my belt that I have at my disposal, and I think that's great. The best skill I've learned is just communication skills, because growing up I was very awkward, and I'm still a little bit awkward, but I've gotten a lot better at being able to communicate with people and just feel more relaxed. I have a lot less anxiety now than I did 5 years ago or so. Definitely something that's helped, just getting out of the house, joining a group of people and coming together for one common goal. It's really just helped exponentially in many different ways. The positive changes I'd like to see, not just in the industry or Plattsburgh, but the world as a whole, is just a lot more compassion and kindness and love. Being kind to one another, forming stronger bonds, you know, with your neighbors, with your friends, with your family, and spread kindness to everybody that we come across, whether we know them or not. The best advice I'd give if you feel like giving up is to really just reach out to people. There's a lot more people that care about you than you think, especially when you're down. You don't feel like anybody or anything is gonna help, but it really does. Just getting out of the house, going for walks, like watching a squirrel run up a tree. It's just the little things in life. There's a lot of beauty to the world, and when you're in darkness, you can't see that, and it's good to try to reach out and find those things, because they're there, you just have to look for them. A quote that I really like is, "A man often finds his destiny on the path he takes trying to avoid it." And a lot of people, when they feel down and they feel up like they can't get anywhere, they don't feel like trying, or they won't try. And that's dangerous, because if you don't try, you won't ever get anywhere. And to get anywhere, you need to get your hands dirty. You need to take that shot in the dark, because you might hit your mark. You most likely will, because you have it in you. And a lot of people don't see that they have opportunities right in front of them. And there's a lot of opportunities here in Plattsburgh that I didn't even realize just last year. And I've grown, and there's a lot of opportunities for others to grow here. And I think that's great. Life can throw some pretty heavy haymakers, but you're gonna learn from each one of them, and as long as you learn from them and grow from them, you're heading on the right path.